Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a shop my stash video. So when I filmed this, I actually just did the kind when you're like, the camera is pointed at all the makeup and my face wasn't in it at all because I filmed it this past weekend and I just didn't feel like sitting down in front of the camera, but it was such a beautiful day out. I had to take advantage of it, and I really wanted to mix up the makeup that I was using because I was just bored with what I had been using for the past month or two. I have another beautiful day out today, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to film a very quick intro and outro to this video. The makeup I have on my face are products from my Shop My Stash, so you will see that in this video, including this lip. This is Brooklyn Thorn from NYX. I don't wear this too much because it's a very bold color. I don't know how I feel about how it looks on me, but you know, this is in my Shop My Stash, so I'm trying to get some use out of it, at least see how I feel about it. But yeah, I think that is all that I'm going to say before we hop into it. I'm very excited about these spring/summer products. I brought in all different eyeshadows from what I was using previously. Because I'm doing a project pan, I am very diligent about sticking to those items and pretty much only using those products. So I haven't had a lot of variety for the past little while. I have two blushes that I am trying to pan. You can click on my previous project pan video right here if you'd like, but I have been very diligent about just using those two blushes, so I brought in a little something different this month to switch it up a bit. And if you're curious about my next project pan, that will be coming at the end of this month or at the beginning of next month. Can you hear that like banging and beeping in the background? This is why I can't film during the week. I literally always have to film on Saturdays because on Sundays I don't wear makeup. Anyways, you don't care about that. Welcome to my spring/summer Shop My Stash. These are the products that I will have in rotation likely for the next 2 months, and in some cases until I finish them. So yes, let's get into it. Hello! Today's video is a Shop My Stash. So this is what you're seeing. It may look like a little bit of a mess, right? But these are the products that I've been using for the past little while, maybe month or two. So I thought I would start out with just going over what I've been using recently and which ones I will keep in this Shop My Stash. Let's start out with not this giant bag of stuff. Let's move that over there. These two, these are both products that are probably expired. They both smell a little bit funky, but I kind of want to keep them both in because I just want to get more use out of them. I know, very contentious, but for now, this is staying in. Not going to go too much into detail on that one. I've showed this before. It is a very pretty product, but I have had this a long time and I've just started to get use out of it recently. That is one of the benefits of doing a no-buy. I feel like you have to really use up your older collection that you never paid attention to. So trying to get more use out of this before I'm like, all right, it's time for you to leave. I hope the lighting is okay. I have a light on right there. It is a very sunny day, but somehow it's still not picking up super bright. So we'll have to see. This is in my project pan. I'm filming this before I'm filming my project pan update, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this in the next basket yet. I think it's time to stop using this. Like I'm ready to move on to something else. These are very fall-y colors, so let's say no to that. This is the yes. That's the no. Let's take out the blushes first. These blushes are also in my project pan, and I'm kind of feeling like I need a little bit of a switch up, so I'm going to keep this in, but I'm going to take this out. I've been using it pretty much constantly for months now. I've made great progress, but it's very shimmery, and that's not something that works on like an everyday basis, so I want to bring a different blush into my Shop My Stash. Okay, this I'm just over. I've been trying to get use out of this, but really I only use that one shade right there, and now I can sort of swap that out with a color in here, so I'm gonna take this out of my makeup basket. I'm gonna keep this in because it's very springy, and that color does work as a good like inner corner highlight / brow bone color. I like the pinks and oranges. I wish it was a bit more pigmented. That's the only thing. Like it doesn't really show up very well on my lids. I really have to work it in. But the matte is just amazing. Like I don't see many great mattes, and this lasts so well. So let's keep that there. This is the only bronzer I'm working on, so I am going to keep it in for now. This one, another case of there only being one product that I use in here. This shimmer right there, I use that a lot as a shimmer all over the eyelid or inner corner. It's not showing up super well, but I don't need to keep this in if I'm only using one color. So I'm gonna take that out for now. And then this is the only eyebrow product that I'm using. So I'm gonna keep that in there. It basically looks no different from when I first introduced it to my makeup basket in like October, November. But yeah, that's the way it goes with brow products, I guess. Oh, and I will say, I apologize about my nails. I mean, they don't look bad, but they're just like unpainted, and that's kind of the way they are most of the time in all of my videos. I will paint them at some point soon. I keep planning to, but I like to paint my nails while I'm watching something kind of mindless or watching something I've watched before, and I haven't been doing that a lot lately, / a lot of what I watch is foreign language films. You can't really do your nails while you're trying to read subtitles. Let's just empty this all out here. Oh no. Oh no. They're all jumping. Okay, here we are. This is everything that was in that basket. So I'll pick out the quick, simple things. This is the only concealer I have left in my collection. I'm not joking. So obviously I need to keep this in. This is just the lip balm I use every morning before I do my makeup. I've been thinking about bringing this into my project pan because I've almost hit pan on it. Can you tell how light it is at the center there? So happy with my progress there. Obviously my eyelash curler. This sort of works as a replacement for that color in the MAC palette. It's a very sort of neutral shimmer. There we go. It's fairly pigmented, nothing crazy special, but it's nice. All right, this is something I picked up from a buns trade. I talked about it, or I will talk about it in a future video a little bit more in depth. I'm okay with this, don't love it, don't hate it, but it's fine working with what I have. This is a lip scrub I use in the morning sometimes. Obviously, oh, that looks disgusting. What else is essential? This is in my project pan. Eyeliner, so I'm gonna keep that in there. A couple more eyeliners. This is my favorite, really enjoy it, but kind of only use it on special occasions. This I use most days when I'm wearing black eyeliner. Had these for ages and I'm just kind of trying to use them up. This highlight color is what I use as an eyeshadow primer. Don't like this very much. It looks disgusting. I just want this out, really. Okay, this, I haven't really been reaching for this product much. I'm gonna keep it in though. I don't really have anything else in my makeup basket like it. These ones I'm gonna take out. These are sort of dark eyeshadow / eyeliner colors, and I just want to switch to more spring colors, really. See how dark, oh. I mean, good color payoff, but I want to switch out to more spring colors. Yeah, those are going bye-bye. So for all of this, I'm keeping in. Gonna keep this eyeliner in. Gonna keep this eyebrow. Why can't I remember the names of anything right now? Eyebrow gel. This is where I depotted a MAC highlight that broke. I'm gonna keep that in. That is the only highlight I'm trying to use right now because I don't love this packaging, so I just want to get rid of that amount of the product. This e.l.f. eyeshadow is actually beautiful, but I don't reach for it that much because it's kind of cool toned color. It's just not really my vibe, but I could go for it from time to time, so I'll keep that in there for now. All right, we have here all of my eyelash products. I never realized how many eyelash products I have in my makeup basket. Oh my goodness. Until I see them all laid out like this. So this is supposed to make your eyelashes grow, so I'm gonna leave that in there. Do I really need 7 mascaras in my makeup bag? Probably not, so let's try to whittle it down to 5. This one I just brought in. I haven't used this in a long time, but I wanted to see how it worked. And I gotta say, it's great for volume, but it is quite clumpy. This one, this is fabulous. I'd forgotten how good this one is. This one I'm trying to finish up, so I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna take this one out. I've had that in my makeup basket for a long time, been trying to finish it, and it's just not getting finished. I'm gonna keep this one in, and I'm gonna take these 2 out. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I've kept most of the products in. As you can see, there's just a couple that I'm taking out. These ones right here. All right, showing this thing is always a little bit awkward just because of its height. So sorry that you can see the lamp and whatnot, and not the whole thing. But let's start off the top. So, you know what? I'm kind of tempted to bring in Milani Luminoso. I've seen a lot of people talking about this blush lately, and I haven't reached for it in a long time. This is what it's looking like. So I clearly have progress. Like, it's not as domed as it used to be, but haven't touched this in a long time, and it seems like a very springy blush to me, and I just love that it's sort of varied. Having said that, I'm also tempted to bring in this blush. This is from Tarte. I think I got this in a buns trade a while ago. I haven't really showcased it though. Ooh, I might save that for June. I have a couple of new products, but I don't really want to start using them until after my no-buy is officially over. This is the highlight that you saw in that different container. Okay, so all this stuff's gonna stay. Now, looking at this second level here, yeah, I don't think I need... Oh, you know what? This is making me think of, that's a primer right there. One moment. So I actually have a bag of new goodies that I'm not opening yet until my no-buy is over. Some of them I didn't buy during my no-buy. I had for a long time. Others I've gotten recently. But this is just a little sample size, and I actually finished my previous primer in my project pan. So I'm gonna bring this one in now. I don't think I've heard about this one for a long time. I am not purchasing from Hourglass. I do not support them because they have terrible shade ranges. One thing that has changed about this no-buy is that I've become a more conscious consumer. I actually did a video about that you can watch. Look how little cute and tiny it is. And that has resulted in me going cruelty-free for one, but also trying to be, you know, more ethical and cruelty-free in all aspects of my makeup consumption and not just related to animal testing. So I think what Hourglass and other brands are doing in regards to their poor shade ranges, it's terrible in a different way. So I'm not supporting Hourglass, but I am going to use up this sample, of course. And the rest of this, I don't think there's anything else that interests me. Let me turn you down a little bit. I did actually switch up this display a little bit ago. I reorganized it slightly. This is something that I got fairly recently from a buns trade. Again, all my new products are from buns trade because that's the way that I can like justify bringing new products into my collection while not purchasing, because I am on a no-buy. So sort of a little loophole. Look how stunning that is. So this is from Becca. This is in the shade Rose Quartz. See how pretty that is? It doesn't show up super well, but this is a beautiful color, and I really like this packaging because most of Becca's highlights, I don't like the packaging, but because this is gold, it makes it much more aesthetic to me. And I do have a couple single eyeshadows down there, but they're all pretty dark, except for this one. But I really just want pinks right now. Like, I'm just feeling pinks and oranges. I mean, I'm feeling peachy tones sort of always, but especially now because it is spring. So I'm gonna leave all that stuff for now and show you something else. Okay, so this is my like main makeup stash. This is where I keep most of my blushes, eyeshadow palettes, bronzers, etc. So it might look like kind of a mess, but like there's not really a way to organize this bad boy. I know what I'm going in for, so I'm just gonna reach in there and pull it out. No, that's not what I want. Well, kind of what I want. Whoa. It's buried in there. It's one of the biggest palettes, so it's right at the bottom. There it is. There it is. That's what I want. This is the Eyes, Lips, Face palette. Does this have a name? I think that says Warm. This is one of those things that I didn't used to like, but since my no-buy, I've rediscovered it, and it's great for spring. I've had this for a long time. Some of those browns also are very nice, but this row of pinks is just beautiful, and I think one day I will probably get a new pinky palette because I've just had this for so long, and you know, I might be ready for an upgrade, but for now this is really serving my purposes. So this is the main palette that I want to reach for the next month. That over there. Sorry, my mic was in the wrong place, so that audio might not have been great, but I realized there is one more thing in this fun basket that I need. This is the CoverGirl Clean Pressed Powder in Warm Beige. I think this is kind of too dark a color for me. You can't really tell, but this is fairly dark. I only say that because I have had a couple of these and they've all been pretty light in color, and this just looked dark in comparison. I don't know how I feel about this because I have barely touched it, so I'm excited to find that out this month. And yes, that is going to be it for there. I don't want to dig around too long because I'm going to find other things that I want to pull in, so close that up. Okay, lip products and mascaras and eyeliners, but I'm not going to pull from either of those. I have enough mascaras in my basket already, and I also have enough eye products in my basket. So these are the ones that I was using the past month. This is a little sample that I've opened up, and I just find this very difficult to use, though I love the color so far of that one. That's the only one that I've opened, but like either I have to dig my finger around in there and smear it all over my lips. Well, let's show you the color. Or I have to use a lip brush, and I just don't like using lip brushes. I find them very difficult. But look, that color is beautiful. I mean, that was a terrible swatch, but you get the picture. So I'm gonna keep this in, keep trying to use it. These two, I've had them in my basket for a long time already. You know, this was in my products that I was trying to decide if I should declutter or not video, but it is now summer, so I'm gonna keep this one in. I'm gonna take this one out. That's what I'm gonna do. In, out. And this, let's talk about this for a sec. So I, for some reason, had like 10 of these identical products. I don't really know what the brand is. It's Vital Radiance. And I was really dreading figuring out what to do with these because I had them for so long. I figured they were too old to pass on to someone else. And because I hadn't heard of the brand, I just figured they were not going to be good at all. There's that color there. But this is maybe the biggest surprise of the past year for me. This has been a pleasure to use up. Look at this. Look at how much is left. Okay. Look at how much I've used. This has been in the past, I think about a month ago I started using it. It has just been lovely. This is like the best combination of lip balm and color. So I've really, really enjoyed using this, and I'm not sad that I have so many other ones. Let me show you. Let me show you how many of these I have. Like all of these. All of these. This is the same thing. I used to think it was Revlon because it says Revlon on like the box that it came in, but I have no idea where these came from. I think my mom found them for me. This is a really nice color, and I'm now really looking forward to using it. And I will track how long it takes me to use it up because I feel like people might not believe how quickly I went through this, but because it is a lip balm, it's just been so easy, such a delight to use up. So when I finish this, which will probably be in about a week or two, I will definitely bring in one of these other ones. Haven't decided which one yet. I'm not going to show you that for now, but you will definitely be seeing some of these in the future because like, look at these colors. That's really nice. I'm excited to use these despite not knowing what the brand is or what these are. There is so much going on in the background right now. I hope you cannot pick it up. All right, so let's move on to the bulk here. I don't think I'm going to dig in here. I kind of know what products I want to use. This NYX one, I used this once in the past week and I really enjoyed how it looked actually. This is in the shade Brooklyn Thorn. I will pop in a picture of what it looks like, but I'm gonna try to get some use out of this because one of these NYX liquid suede lipsticks I really like. This is in the color Soft Spoken, and this color was really popular a couple years ago, so I really like using that one and I've used a lot of it, but this one has not gotten enough love for me, so I'm gonna bring that in. My camera overheated, that's why I keep turning it off and turning it on again, but in the interim I decided what I will bring in. So this is in the color Sweet Tart. It is one of the Revlon lip butters. I'm gonna try to get some use out of this. It is way too hot pink for my comfort. I stand by the fact that Taylor Swift is the only one who can pull off hot pink lip colors, but I like the way these feel on my lips. I like the scent, so let's try to give that a go. And lastly, this is from ColourPop. This is in the color Viper. I have not gotten enough use out of these in recent years. I think just because they're like so matte and thick, that's just not really suited my preference, but I like how they look. So I'm gonna pull this in as well. And that's gonna be it. A lot of these colors are just like very dark, as you can see. So I'm going to leave those for now and bring in these kind of summery colors for the most part. Well, really only two are summery there, but I think this will be a fun bunch. All right, this lot looks pretty chaotic, I'm not gonna lie, and this is the aftermath of today's swatching. I'll just say what I'm most excited for is this Milani Luminoso blush, which I have not let myself reach for in ages because I've been panning so many blushes. Trying out this Hourglass primer, going back to the e.l.f. palette. Not bringing in too many things, but enough that I am excited for the variety and to switch things up. So that is going to be it for today. I think I will probably do a little outro, so catch that next. I will tell you that so far that mascara, the Lots of Lashes Maybelline mascara, ooh, I'm really not liking it. But I kind of suspect that it's because it's a very wet formula and maybe it just needs to dry out a little bit. So hopefully if I use it for the next couple weeks, it'll get a bit better. Because I've had it for a long time and I've never really liked it that much, but I also haven't ever used it very consistently. But anyways, this was my Shop My Stash. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that in every video, I am going to be discussing a book that I am reading. This is mostly because I really want to do like book related content. Like I love BookTube, but I know that most people would not watch that. It would not do very well. So I'm just gonna tack on what I'm reading at the end of every video, and that will have to suffice. Today the book I am talking about is a nonfiction book. It is called The Biggest Bluff by Maria Konnikova. The next book I'm talking about is also nonfiction. I don't read exclusively nonfiction. I would say it's about a third to a half, but probably closer to a third of the books that I read. But I just happen to be reading a lot of nonfiction right now, I guess. Slash, I kind of expected this to read like a fiction book because I had heard a lot of hype about it and people saying that it was very, very fast paced, a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm not finding it to be like that exactly. So this is a woman who basically decides that she wants to become a pro poker player. She's a writer. She has a PhD from Harvard, I think, in psychology, so she thinks that that would really play well into how she is able to master the art of poker. So it's a very interesting concept, but I do find it a bit too academic. It's a little dry. I'm finding it kind of slow. This has taken me, I think I'm like a week or week and a half into reading this, and usually a book this size would take me 4 or 5 days. So I'm not loving it, but it is interesting. I know nothing about poker, so maybe I would find it more interesting if I was into poker. But I guess I would recommend it if that concept sounds interesting to you. It's just not exactly as thrilling as I was expecting. Let me know what you're reading. Okay, and now that we have that out of the way, that is going to be it for this video. This was my Shop My Stash. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and let me know what kind of content you would like to get from me down below, because I don't know, I feel like I need some new ideas for content. Slash, I have ideas, but I don't think that people would watch those videos. I know project pans always do well, so I'm thinking about making those more frequent. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hear the beeping?